All right, so you're still watching Impact Reaching You live on ITV, and I have with me in the house the chairperson for Nawaji, the FCT. She is Comrade Anna Daniels. You're welcome on the program.
Thank you for having me, Franca.
Thank you for bringing your nice smile, your beautiful look to us on the program today.
Thank you.
We are still in the process of celebrating women, and the theme for this year is gender equality, talking about how to bridge the gap technologically, digitally. So I'm going to ask you without wasting time, do you think that there is inequality? Let's use our own profession as a starting point. Do you see inequality in the workplace between male and female in the journalism profession?
Yes, there is inequality at the workplace. First and foremost, what we talk about equality, it is where you give every other person a leveling ground to play. For instance, you give your boy child 10,000, you give your girl child 10,000. He goes to cut his hair for 300 naira, while she does her hair for 3,000. So there is no, you have done the equality there, but there's no equality in the expenditure. So even at our workplace as journalists, you look at it that the women sometimes are given the beats that they feel is only for women. When it comes to war situation, war terrain, or a place where you have to climb mountains or hill, they begin to feel the woman there cannot do it. And then you see that there is this disparity. The men tends to get a more juicy beat and difficult one to the women. And with that, we look at it that there's inequality, especially in doing our job. So the issue there, I would say generally, yes, there's inequality in doing our job, especially journalists, as we move on the field, especially.
Okay, there was a picture that was up on the screen. This other monitor is no longer having it, but on the smaller monitor, fine. We'll come back to that picture, but we can see the picture of equality and equity there, and it does corroborate what you said about giving somebody 10,000 naira, one spends 3,000, the other one spends 300. It's not equitable. Now let's get to where it all begins, from the childhood, you know. Do you think that both girls and boys have equal access to technology? What's the true situation with that?
We both have equal access to technology, but the implementation or the usage, the women or the girl child is a little bit challenged. And some of the things that I would look at that challenge women generally and the girl child is biological. We all have the same leveling ground, but sometimes in some secondary school, when these girls want to choose career, when it comes to the technology aspect of it or the kind of vocational studies, the girls are sent to home economic class, because even the male teachers themselves are the ones that begin to bring this discouraging thing. But if you look at it critically again, when it comes to the technological aspect of work or vocational studies, at the time the girl child is even menstruating, it becomes a challenge to her to even participate fully. She is a little bit kind of intimidated. She doesn't want to come out. And then for the women, so when we get to a particular stage, the pregnancy impedes our participation when it comes to those kind of vocational things, the technology, doing this aspect of sciences and all that. But the bottom line there is that everybody is supposed to be given the chance of participation. The girl's child should be given that opportunity, that she makes her choice that this is what she wants to do, not the teacher or the parent influencing her decision when it comes to technology. But we've seen in society where we are, Nigeria, everything we do is based on our parents, our teachers, our religious leaders, our traditional leaders and all that. And then the people that are most affected when it comes to this group of people in our decision making, it is with the girl.
Okay, now this is a very serious issue, especially given the fact that in some places people don't even employ women. They will tell you that you're going to get pregnant for 9 months, and then you're going to go for maternity leave for 3 months. So they don't want to employ you as a female, whether you even know the job or not. How do you think we can conquer this issue of inequality?
Franca, I must tell you, this has been very, very challenging in the society. It is not only in Nigeria, it's all across. But Nigeria, like I said one time, Nigeria is a country where with the government and some private agencies, there is no disparity in salary between a man and a woman. We collect the same salary. Somebody on grade level 13 collect the same salary with the woman that is equally on grade level 13. But when it comes to freedom of participation, when it comes to a job there, you look at some organizations, especially the private sector, they will tell you we cannot employ a woman because at a particular point she becomes like a nuisance or a problem to them, especially the women, the ones that are between the age, the bracket of childbearing. And that is why I told you we have the issue of the biological factor playing a very significant role that impedes the woman participation in all sectors about life. So it is not our problem. But what I would suggest here is that women, we should always advocate. We will always advocate. We will always talk about it. That this is not a situation that the woman has caused for herself, but it is the God-given factor that a woman will be pregnant and she will nurse the child. But that doesn't stop her from doing her work. She's very strong. She is very energetic. Even as a nursing mother, you see how zealous and the strength a woman brings to work. Even if it is the customer care, you see her bringing a lot of good to the table in the organization where she works. So we continue to advocate that employers should not see their employee, especially the women, as a minus, but they should see them as enriching and enlarging the workforce. So we are advocating here that that should not be a discouraging factor, that you not want to employ a woman. You want the services of a man in the office because she will give birth, she will be a nursing mother. You cannot afford to waste this period because you believe those periods are very, very crucial to the growth of the organization.
Okay, I must thank you so much for that wonderful contribution there. Just like you said, women are multitaskers. In fact, there's this picture I love of women having more than 20 hands doing so many things
at the same time. Yeah.
Thank you again for bringing your wealth of experience to bear on this discussion.
Thank you.
I have been talking to Comrade Ann Daniels. She is the chairperson of the NAWAJ in the FCT, and we have been looking at how we can stem the tide of inequality, how we can help people around us, women around us especially, embrace technology and then gain equality and equity in the workplaces. On this note,